guys, this is Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and sorry for the shaky camera. It's connected to the crates that Loki likes to sleep on, and he's currently taking a bath. So Loki is a part of this reading, so be happy. This is my pick a card reading, and for this reading we're asking, what should I be most thankful for, and how can I show it? Because sometimes we're like, okay, I know I'm grateful for this and this and this and this, but like, how do you actually show that gratitude? Sometimes we can be stumped, especially if the thing that we're grateful for is like something intangible, or it's more abstract, like an idea. The cards that I am using are the Animal Totem Tarot, Earth Wisdom Oracle, and the Pythia Botanica Oracle. I just felt really earthy, maybe because it's November, and here in the States we're having Thanksgiving and all that jazz. So I have my wonderful little pine cones and acorns, and I have my little pumpkin over here. I have 4 different stones that I've kind of found like throughout my travels here in SoCal. So go to the pile that you are most drawn to for the answer to the question, although you can choose multiple piles, you can listen to all the messages and then kind of put them all together as like a mishmash and kind of get your message out of that. I mean, you do what you want when you watch this video. I will put a link down below that links the timestamps for each of the 4 positions, so you can just jump to the one that you want to hear for most. Okay, so the question being, what can I be, or what should I be most thankful for, and how can I show it? So we're going to be looking at pile number 1. And remember that this is just general, so if something doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. You just take what resonates and you leave the rest. So, okay, so here we have the word freedom. We have this buffalo for the King of Pentacles, and we have invert fear. Okay, so just looking at the first 2 cards for what I can be most thankful for. Okay, so I kind of get this like, this buffalo kind of marching through, but I get living in a world where you're free to do just about anything. Sorry, that's Loki jumping off the crates there. But if you are, wanting to start a small business, or you're thinking of having children or not having children, or you're thinking of, living on the road, or you're thinking of buying a home, that you live in a country that allows you to do that, that you can work hard, put yourself out there, try to make connections, and basically if you can dream it, you can attain it. So wherever this person may live in the world, I just see that they have the freedom to do that. And sometimes people take that freedom for granted, where it's like, well, I want my life to go like this or this. But it's like, you have the freedom to complain. There are some people that don't have that luxury. So yeah, I'm just really getting what to be most thankful for is that you have many freedoms. Freedom to voice your opinions, freedom, if you have a YouTube channel, freedom to make those videos on YouTube. But there are a lot of freedoms that you have here in this physical world. And maybe you want to jot those things down, because sometimes, we take it so for granted that we even forget to think about them. Okay, so how can you show this thing, gratitude, this freedom, gratitude to do what it is that whatever it is that you want to do? It says invert fear, which what I'm getting for this is, utilize that freedom that you have. If you've always wanted to do something, or you've always wanted to say something, or you've always wanted to go somewhere, push. I know this is hard. I know this is easier said than done, but push that fear aside, and don't let fear take your freedom. So push it aside, and go do the thing is what I'm getting. Go do the thing. Because only your fear in this instance, with you having so many freedoms and so many privileges that you have, that really the only thing holding you back is your fears. And actually, I like to listen to my motivational stuff before I go to the gym. And one of the things I was listening to was from Michael Jordan. And he says, limits like fears are often just an illusion. So, just wanted to say that. Felt like you needed to hear that message. Okay, so that is for pile number 1. Okay, going on into pile number 2. What should you be thankful for, and how can you show your gratitude, basically? Okay, looking at these 2 first. Okay, so we have the 3 of Swords, and we have joy. So those might seem like opposing things. Oh my gosh, it's your heart. Now it's coming together for me. Okay, so what you should be most thankful for, not just, this month, or if you're in the United States, not just for Thanksgiving, but your heart. You have such a big heart. You feel so much. You might be a very emotive person. You have the ability to spread joy with your heart, and everything that you do. You also feel very deeply when people try to cut you down. Basically, they might say something offhanded. Maybe the intention wasn't to hurt you, but words and people's actions seem to affect you greatly. But this isn't a bad thing. This isn't like, well, I wish I felt less. No, it's because you feel so much, and you have that ability to empathize with people is what makes you so special. And that's something that you should be thankful for. And I know that at times, when somebody who is very empathetic, who seems to feel everything in the world and feel everyone around them, it might seem like a curse, but really you have the ability to understand how others are feeling. You can literally place yourself in their shoes. So you, if you can learn to distinguish between your emotions and other people's emotions, you can use that to your advantage. If you want to help quell disputes, if you want to become a public speaker, if you want to do some sort of create some sort of product or workshop that's meant for helping other people, you can do so because you know what people need, because you feel them. And so this is something that I see that you can be really grateful for and thankful for, is your ability to feel so much. So maybe don't look at it like a curse. Look at it like, I absolutely know how everyone's feeling. So therefore, what can I do to help them? What can I do to help others? So how can you show that that gratitude for your, what you're able to do? It says entrance and entreat. And here we have bloodroot. So what I'm getting is basically what I said before, is that you can really connect with people on a deeper level because you absolutely know what they're feeling. Like if somebody, let's say, is going through a loss of some sort, and you have felt deeply before loss, you know how best to go about helping that person, because you know what would help you in that instance. So you know how they're feeling. You can kind of like judge, like, oh, like this is territory I can go into and helping this person. This is territory I might want to stay away from. So you're just really good at feeling people out. And so the best way to show your gratitude for this deep well of emotions that you have, this deep heart, that you have this beautiful heart of yours, is to really, work with people. Use it to your advantage. Use it to help heal people, heal others' hearts with your big heart. Okay, so that is the message for pile number 2. All right, going on to pile number 3. What can I be thankful for? Ooh. So here we have strength and the Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles being our material world, our physical bodies and such. And so, okay, so I'm getting something that's not the opposite of this person over here, where the person in pile 2 had the ability to feel deeply. But here what I have with strength is when others, feel like, they're stuck, they're blocked, they can't move on, they don't know what to do. You are a pillar of strength. You know just when to take action. So these things that I'm mentioning, these are very abstract things. These aren't like, I'm thankful for my house and things like this. But sometimes, oftentimes, these are things that we overlook, like how strong somebody is, that you may have gone through some crap as a child, as a young adult, as an older adult. But you've been able to turn your disadvantages and past hurts and losses into strength. And with that strength, you are able to help carry others. You help show people that it is possible to move on, to carry on, to continue living despite, having some awful things happen. So I see what you need to most be thankful for is your strength. You have, maybe you don't know how strong you are, but if you look back on all the things that have happened to you, you're like, well, heck yeah, and I'm still standing. That's because you're really strong. And you are leading by example. A lot of people look up to you, and maybe you just don't even know it. And I think that happens sometimes. We don't realize how many people are watching us and following our lead. But you're definitely a pillar of strength and somebody that people can rely on when they feel like they don't have the strength, when they can't move on, when they feel blocked, when they feel like, what's the point? You're the one that shows them there is a point. You can move on. You can continue being strong in the face of adversity. Okay, so how can you show this gratitude? Absolve. So you help to absolve people's fears, people's feeling of weakness, of inability to move on. You absolve them of that. You say it's okay to feel like weak at times. Weakness isn't a bad thing. We can't be strong all the time. You have had times of weakness, but having been through that weakness has made you stronger. So just to really help people to see that in themselves, that weakness isn't a bad thing. You can have, times of weakness, but through that weakness, you get stronger. It's okay to be down and out. But then you pick yourself up and you move on. And by doing that, every time you do that, you just get a little bit stronger, a little bit stronger. So that's how I feel like you can really show gratitude for this thing that you should be thankful of, which is your strength, is just to just really cleanse people of the idea that, I feel weak, therefore I'm inadequate, and therefore I cannot move on. No, you're just having a moment of weakness. And that's okay, because you're a human being. But we got to pick ourselves up and we got to move on from this. And, it's through that weakness that other people are made stronger following your lead. So, yes, that is the message for pile number 3. Okay, going on to pile number 4, our final pile. What is it that you can be most thankful for? What should you be thankful for? Ah, we have healing grief and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so I see this person as being the mix of the person in pile number 2 and the person in pile number 3. But maybe also a little bit of like sword energy. I'm getting to like mental energy. So healing grief, I am seeing this as a person that could be, you know, maybe you have the ability to be a counselor. Maybe you are a counselor, like as an occupation. But what you can be most thankful for is that you have the ability to help people through, you know, this wheel of fortune, this wheel of life, their ups and their downs. Maybe you are a counselor. But I see that you can feel, you know, what others feel, you know, so you're able to empathize with people. But you also have the ability to be very strong. So people understand, like, okay, this man or this woman, you know, knows exactly where I'm coming from, but this person is able to give me the tools to help me out of my situation. I also get that you have very clear-cut thinking, very logical thinking. So although you are led by you're led by a few different things. Your emotions tell you where to look into. Sorry, there was a phone call. So not only are you able to, you know, use your emotions to find out exactly where people are in the most need of help, but you also have that logical mind of like step by step. This is what you do to get yourself out, and to make you stronger from this situation. So yeah, I just see this ability to be strong, an ability to be intellectual and logical, and also an ability to feel deeply for the other person. So you're not just callously saying, oh, well, you need to do X, Y, and Z. It's like, no, I really truly understand where you're coming from. And this is how best to get you out of your situation. You know, and people see your strength as well. So you're a few many things. And so, like I said, if you're not already a counselor's occupation, you might want to look into that. Possibly a grief counselor, because well, it takes a special kind of person to be a grief counselor, let me tell you. But maybe a high school counselor, or maybe you're just somebody who counsels your friends. But yeah, I see you as what you need to be most thankful for is the ability to help people through these different areas of their life, you know, the different times in their life, you know, when they're, you know, and this is not always when people are depressed or sad or, you know, clinically depressed, but also in times of happiness. It's like, hey, you know, you genuinely are happy for those people when, you know, they feel like they're on top. And you also kind of help keep them grounded too with your strengths. But also you have that logical thinking mind. It's like, well, of course you did great. It's not by some magic or miracle. It was by the magic of you. You know, you've done X, Y, and Z, and this is what got you to that place. So yeah, I see you as like a really good counselor, and you should be thankful for that. So how can you show gratitude? And here we have enchant. So how can you show that you are thankful for this gift? Is to enchant, to, you know, if somebody needs to talk to you, let them talk to you. Hear them out, you know, and just use your gift as many times as you can with as many people as you can, is what I'm getting. Okay, so that is the message for pile number 4. All right, you guys, so that is the messages for my pick a card reading here in the week of Thanksgiving here in the United States. What should I be most thankful for, and how can I show my gratitude? How can I show it? So I thank everybody for watching, and if you have any comments or questions about your reading, post that in the comment section down below. Let me know what pile you chose, or piles, or maybe you listened to the whole reading, maybe what you got out of it. yeah, and if you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading with me, head over to www.kittenswaitsandtarot.com and join that KWT tribe over at patreon.com/kittenswaitsandtarot to join that KWT tribe. And those peeps over there help me to continue having the time to make my content, giving me ideas for my YouTube channel, ideas for things like meetups, helping me out with my Oracle deck, and so much more. And I look forward to seeing, what else I am able to do because of my peeps over there. So I thank each and every one of them. They got a awesome gratitude video on Monday that was just strictly for my Patreon peeps. And you can help out for as little as $1 a month. All right. So that's it from me, spiritual homies. I will catch you later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.